The morning sky over New York was clear and blue when the first ships appeared. They came without warning, massive dark shapes that blocked out the sun. Similar vessels appeared over every major city on Earth, their hulls gleaming with an alien metallic sheen that no human had ever seen before. For the past decade, humanity had ventured into space, establishing colonies on Mars and mining operations on the asteroid belt. They thought they were alone in their corner of the galaxy. They were wrong. In the UN Security Council chamber, world leaders gathered in emergency session. General Mike Stone stood at the podium, his weathered face grim as he addressed the assembly. The ships match no known human design. We're dealing with first contact, and they're not responding to any of our attempts at communication. The room erupted in worried murmurs. Screens around the chamber showed live feeds from cities worldwide. People stood in streets, pointing phones at the sky, their faces a mixture of awe and fear. "What are their intentions?" asked the Russian representative. Before General Stone could answer, the chamber's lights flickered. All communication devices went dead simultaneously. That's when the first attack began. The alien ships belonging to the Dominion, the military arm of the Galactic Council, opened fire. Green beams of energy sliced through skyscrapers like butter. The screaming started seconds later. In orbit, Earth's defensive satellites proved useless against the advanced alien weapons. They were destroyed in the first wave, leaving Earth blind and defenseless. Or so the aliens thought. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, in a bunker unknown even to most world governments, Colonel Lisa Parker watched the destruction unfold on multiple screens. Her hand tightened on the edge of her control panel. "Status of Protocol Omega?" she asked, her voice steady despite the chaos displayed before her. "All military personnel are in hardened shelters, ma'am. Civilian casualties are." The young lieutenant paused, swallowing hard. Massive. The aliens were methodical. They targeted infrastructure first: power plants, communication centers, transportation hubs. Then came the strikes against population centers. The death toll climbed into the millions within the first hour. In London, the famous clock tower fell. In Tokyo, entire districts vanished in flashes of green light. The Sydney Opera House melted into the harbor. Humanity's greatest achievements were being erased from existence. But deep underground, in similar bunkers spread across the globe, Earth's military leaders watched and waited. They had prepared for this possibility for decades, ever since the first hints of alien life were detected by secret space probes. "Record everything," Colonel Parker ordered. "Every attack pattern, every weapon signature, every ship movement. We'll make them pay for each life they take today." The Dominion's attack lasted for 6 hours. When it was over, Earth's surface was transformed. Great cities lay in ruins. The global death toll would later be counted in billions. Smoke from burning cities darkened the skies. The alien ships remained in orbit, broadcasting a message in perfect English. "People of Earth, you have witnessed the power of the Galactic Council. Your isolation ends today. Submit to Council authority or face extinction. You have 24 hours to surrender." In the underground bunker, Colonel Parker received reports from other facilities around the world. Despite the devastating attack, Earth's real military might remain intact, hidden away in underground bases and secret lunar facilities. She opened a secure channel to military command. "All stations report ready, sir. Operation Phoenix can commence on your order." The response came back immediately. "Hold positions. Let them think they've won. We'll show them what humanity is truly capable of when the time is right." As night fell over the ruined Earth, the aliens celebrated their easy victory. In their arrogance, they never questioned why Earth's military response had been so limited. They never wondered about the missing submarines, the empty military bases, the lack of advanced weapons they detected from orbit. They would learn their mistakes soon enough. Humanity had been preparing for war among the stars for longer than anyone knew. The Galactic Council had just started a fight they would regret for generations to come. In the darkness of her bunker, Colonel Parker smiled. The real battle hadn't even begun. 3 months after the attack, Earth looked defeated. Ruins of great cities stood as monuments to alien power. The Dominion ships still hung in orbit, watching for any sign of resistance. They saw exactly what humans wanted them to see. Deep under the Pacific Ocean, the true face of humanity's power was about to be revealed. In a massive underwater base, Admiral Tom Wilson stood before a wall of screens showing detailed scans of the alien ships. "For 50 years we prepared," he said to the gathered military commanders. "Today we show them why." The underwater base was just one of hundreds of secret facilities. While the world built glass towers and sports stadiums on the surface, the real work happened underground. Quantum computers had cracked the aliens' communication codes weeks ago. Every word they spoke was now an open book. "Their shields operate on a frequency we can bypass," explained Dr. Anna White, chief scientist of Project Phoenix. She pointed to complex diagrams on her tablet. "They never imagined we'd understand their technology so quickly." The room hummed with energy as massive machines powered up. In hidden bunkers across the planet, similar preparations were underway. The aliens had destroyed Earth's visible military bases, but they had missed the real ones. On the dark side of the moon, Colonel Lisa Parker inspected the final preparations. The lunar base, officially a mining station, housed Earth's greatest secret, a fleet of warships unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. "All ships report ready," her assistant reported. "Dark matter drives are charged. Quantum shields are at full power." Parker nodded. Humanity had reversed-engineered alien technology decades ago. From crashed ships, they had kept hidden from the public. But they hadn't just copied it. They had improved it. In orbit, the alien commander was getting suspicious. His sensors detected unusual energy readings from Earth's oceans, but his science officer assured him it was just background radiation from the planet's molten core. They were wrong. At exactly midnight Greenwich time, humanity struck back. The ocean's surface broke as massive structures rose from the depths. Hidden doors in mountain ranges slid open. The moon's surface rippled as advanced holographic camouflage deactivated. "All units, execute Operation Phoenix." Admiral Wilson's voice echoed through secure channels. Earth's hidden fleet rose to meet their attackers. The alien ships, caught completely by surprise, scattered in confusion. Their sensors showed impossible readings. Human vessels with technology that matched or exceeded their own. "Target their command ship," Wilson ordered. "Show them what humanity's been working on." The first shot came from a gun that shouldn't have existed, a beam of concentrated dark matter. Technology the aliens thought impossible for humans to understand, cut through the Dominion flagship shields like they weren't there. In the Galactic Council's central chamber, the alien leaders watched in horror as their invasion fleet was torn apart by weapons they didn't understand. The humans were using principles of physics the Council had deemed impossible to master. Back on Earth, Dr. White activated the quantum disruption field, humanity's greatest achievement. Alien ships found their advanced computers suddenly speaking in human code. Their weapons turned off. Their shields failed. "Impossible." The Dominion commander screamed as his ship's systems shut down. "They're primitives. How can they do this?" The answer was simple. Humanity had never been primitive. They had played weak, played vulnerable, all while building an arsenal that could challenge the galaxy's greatest powers. In the lunar base, Colonel Parker watched the battle unfold. "Send the message," she ordered. On every alien ship, on every Council world that could receive transmissions, the same video played. Earth's leaders, explaining how humanity had known about alien life for generations, how they had prepared, how they had waited. "You thought us weak," Admiral Wilson's voice boomed across space. "You thought us primitive. Today, you learn the truth. Earth is not your victim. Earth is not your conquest. Earth is your worst nightmare." The battle lasted less than an hour. When it was over, The mighty Dominion fleet hung powerless in space, at the mercy of the humans they had tried to conquer. In the underwater base, Admiral Wilson opened a channel to the Galactic Council. "Now," he said calmly, "shall we discuss the terms of your surrender?" The hidden arsenal had been revealed, and the galaxy would never be the same. 1 week after revealing Earth's true power, humanity launched its revenge. But they didn't strike blindly. They struck smart. In the command center beneath Mount Everest, Admiral Tom Wilson and Colonel Lisa Parker studied a holographic map showing 12 key Dominion worlds. These weren't just any planets. They were the worlds where the attack on Earth had been planned. "All strike teams report ready," Parker announced. "Project Nemesis is online." Project Nemesis was humanity's greatest weapon, an artificial intelligence that could hack and control alien technology. It had taken decades to perfect, but now it was ready for war. "Begin the operation," Wilson ordered. Across the galaxy, human ships appeared from quantum jumps, a technology the aliens thought impossible for Earth to possess. But humans hadn't just copied alien tech, they had improved it. On the Dominion world of Prime, alien leaders were enjoying their evening meal when their defensive systems suddenly shut down. Above their cities, human ships emerged from stealth mode. "This is Captain John Reed of Earth Forces." The transmission went out. "Your shields are down. Your weapons are offline. We own your skies." The aliens rushed to their battle stations, but their computers wouldn't respond. Project Nemesis had already taken control. On screens across the planet, a simple message played: "Remember Earth." In space, the real power of humanity's fleet was revealed. Ships piloted by Earth's best crews demonstrated tactics no alien had ever seen. They moved in ways that seemed to break the laws of physics. Impossible. An alien commander shouted as a human destroyer split into 3 ships, a holographic trick that confused their targeting systems. "Their technology is beyond anything we know." On another Dominion world, their mighty space station suddenly lost gravity. The humans had deployed their gravity cascade weapon, a device that could control and manipulate gravitational fields. The station collapsed in on itself, its crew evacuated just in time by human teleporters. "Show mercy," Wilson had ordered his forces. "We're not like them. Save everyone you can." This wasn't just revenge, it was a message. Earth wasn't just powerful, it was better than its enemies. In the Galactic Council chambers, panic spread as reports came in from all 12 worlds. The Dominion's best defenses were useless against Earth's attacks. Humanity had studied their enemies for years, learning every weakness. Colonel Parker led the attack on the 3rd planet personally. Her ships surrounded the alien city, but instead of bombing it, they deployed special devices. "Activate the shield bubbles," she ordered. Giant protective barriers appeared over alien cities, trapping them inside but keeping them safe. The humans were showing they could protect as well as destroy. Project Nemesis worked perfectly. It copied all alien data before shutting down their systems. Earth now had every secret, every piece of technology, every battle plan the Dominion had ever made. "Their entire defense network is down," Dr. Anna White reported from Earth Command. "Project Nemesis has control of everything, their ships, their stations, their communications." But humanity's most impressive weapon wasn't their technology, it was their restraint. "Attention Dominion forces," Admiral Wilson's message played across all 12 worlds. "We could destroy you as you tried to destroy us. Instead, we offer you a choice. Surrender and help us build a better galaxy. Fight, and we'll show you what our weapons can really do." The aliens watched in shock as human ships easily avoided their best attacks. Earth vessels seemed to teleport across space, appear from nowhere, and move in ways that broke all known rules of space combat. "How?" a Dominion general demanded. "How did they advance so far without us knowing?" The answer was simple. Humanity had learned long ago to hide its true strength. While aliens watched Earth's public space program fumble with simple rockets, the real work happened in secret. By day's end, all 12 worlds had surrendered. Not one civilian had died. Earth had won without the massive destruction the Dominion had used. In the Mount Everest Command Center, Admiral Wilson received the official surrender messages. Phase 1 complete, he said to his staff. Now we show the galaxy what humanity can really do. The counterstrike was perfect, but it was only the beginning. Earth wasn't just fighting for revenge anymore. They were fighting to change the galaxy forever. The Galactic Council's great meeting hall had never been so tense. 500 alien species were arguing as reports of Earth's victory spread. That's when the huge doors swung open and a single human walked in. Ambassador Mark Rogers strode to the center of the hall. He carried no weapons, wore no armor, just a simple black suit. The aliens fell silent, watching him with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Ladies, gentlemen, and honored beings of all species, he said calmly, his words automatically translated by hidden technology. Earth would like to have a word with you. Behind him, holographic screens appeared in the air. They showed videos of the Dominion's attack on Earth. But these weren't the public videos. These were secret recordings showing the Dominion leaders planning the attack months before. As you can see, Rogers continued, the attack on Earth wasn't a security action. It was a planned massacre. His voice remained calm, but his eyes were steel. And some of you helped plan it. Panic broke out among the council members. Several Dominion allies tried to leave, but the doors had sealed themselves. Human technology had taken control of the entire chamber. In the viewing gallery, Colonel Lisa Parker watched through hidden cameras. Ambassador Rogers is in position. She reported to Earth Command. Beginning Phase 2 of Operation Truth. Rogers pressed a small button, and new images appeared. They showed secret meetings, hidden weapons deals, and private conversations. Earth had been watching everything, recording everything, for years. The Dominion didn't act alone, Rogers announced. They had help, from people in this very room. The smaller alien species, those who had suffered under Dominion rule, started whispering among themselves. They had never dared to stand up to the powerful Dominion, but now they saw a chance for change. Earth is not interested in revenge, Rogers continued. We want justice, and we want change. He revealed more evidence, proof that the Dominion had been oppressing smaller species for centuries. Secret files showing how they had stolen technology, destroyed civilizations, and manipulated the Council. In her hidden command post, Dr. Anna White monitored the alien reactions. Their vital signs show they're shocked, she reported. They really didn't know how much we knew. The Council chamber erupted in chaos as species turned against each other. Centuries-old alliances crumbled in minutes as the truth came out. Then Rogers revealed humanity's masterstroke. Earth has gathered evidence of crimes against 37 species, he announced. We are prepared to help these species reclaim their stolen worlds, to help them rebuild what the Dominion destroyed. That's when the first alien delegate stood up. It was Ambassador Troll of the Ring Worlds, a species that had suffered under Dominion rule for centuries. The Ring Worlds stand with Earth, Troll announced. More delegates stood. More voices joined. Species that had been enemies for generations found themselves united by a common cause, opposing the Dominion. In orbit above the Council world, Admiral Tom Wilson watched the proceedings from his command ship. Diplomatic phase is proceeding as planned, he noted. Prepare humanitarian ships for launch. This was Earth's true victory, not through weapons, but through truth. The humans had spent years gathering evidence, building alliances in secret, and preparing for this moment. We offer you a choice, Rogers addressed the Council. Join us in building a fair and just galaxy, or stand with the Dominion and answer for their crimes. Choose carefully. The Dominion representatives watched in horror as their allies abandoned them one by one. They had ruled through fear for so long, they didn't know how to fight against the truth. Earth extends protection to any species that stands against tyranny, Rogers announced. Our fleets are ready. Our aid ships are prepared. The choice is yours. By the end of the day, 28 species had formally allied with Earth. The Dominion's power base was crumbling. In her observation post, Colonel Parker smiled. "Phase 4 complete," she reported. "The Council is splitting exactly as we planned." The humans hadn't just beaten the Dominion in battle, they had outmaneuvered them in politics as well. The galaxy was changing, and Earth was leading that change. As Ambassador Rogers left the Council chamber, he sent a simple message to Earth Command. "The diplomatic war is won. Now the real work begins." The galaxy would never be the same. And that was exactly what humanity had planned all along. The Dominion's last fleet gathered above Mars. 500 warships, their most powerful weapons charged, ready to destroy humanity's largest colony. They thought they had found Earth's weakness. They were wrong. In the Mars Defense Command Center, Colonel Lisa Parker watched the enemy ships approach. "They took the bait," she said into her comlink. "All units in position." "Ready?" Admiral Tom Wilson's voice crackled back. "Task Force Alpha standing by." The Dominion ships moved closer to Mars, their sensors showing only a small defense fleet and basic shield systems. What they couldn't see was Earth's trap. "Let them get closer," Parker ordered. "Wait for my signal." On the Dominion command ship, Admiral Kex felt confident. "These humans have stretched themselves too thin," he told his officers. "Mars will fall, and Earth will learn its place." That's when everything went wrong for the aliens. "Now," Parker shouted, "activate quantum disruptors." Hidden satellites around Mars suddenly powered up. A web of energy spread between them, forming a massive net. The Dominion ships found themselves trapped. "What's happening?" Kex demanded as his ship's engines died. "Why can't we move?" Dr. Anna White's voice came over all Dominion communication channels. "You're caught in a quantum entanglement field," she explained calmly. "Every particle in your ships is now linked to our control system. You can't move unless we let you." The real Earth fleet appeared then, dropping out of stealth mode all around the trapped Dominion ships. But these weren't normal warships. They were carrying humanity's greatest weapon. "Begin broadcast," Admiral Wilson commanded. Waves of quantum energy washed over the alien fleet. Engines shut down. Weapons went dead. Even life support systems fell under Earth's control. "Impossible," Kex shouted as his mighty warship became nothing more than floating metal. "No species has mastered quantum control at this level." But humanity had done more than master it. They had weaponized it. From her command center, Parker watched as 500 Dominion ships hung helpless in space. Not a single shot had been fired. Not one life had been lost. "Your ships now belong to us," she announced to the trapped fleet. "Your weapons are useless. Your engines are offline. You have two choices: surrender or float in space until your food runs out." The aliens watched in horror as human ships easily moved through their formation, completely ignoring their defensive shields. Earth's quantum technology had turned their most powerful defenses into nothing. That's when the second part of Earth's plan began. Across the galaxy, other alien species watching the battle saw humanity's power. But more importantly, they saw humanity's mercy. "We could destroy you." Admiral Wilson's voice boomed across space. "Instead, we offer you life. Choose wisely." In the Galactic Council chamber, representatives from dozens of species watched the battle through live feeds. They saw Earth's technology. They saw Earth's power. And they saw Earth's restraint. The first Dominion ship surrendered 10 minutes later. Others followed quickly. By the end of the hour, the entire fleet had given up. "Search their ships," Parker ordered. "Download everything. The Dominion's secrets are now Earth's secrets." But humanity's victory revealed something else to the galaxy. Earth hadn't just beaten the Dominion. They had changed the rules of war itself. Their quantum technology made traditional weapons useless. In her lab on Earth, Dr. White smiled as data poured in from the captured ships. "The quantum entanglement field worked perfectly," she reported. "No science they know can counter it." The battle for Mars became known as the turning point. Not because of the victory, but because of how it was won. Earth had shown the galaxy a new way to fight, one that didn't need destruction. Admiral Wilson stood on his bridge, watching as human ships began towing the captured Dominion fleet to Earth. "Send word to the Council," he ordered. "The age of the Dominion is over. The age of humanity has begun." The message was clear to every species watching. Earth wasn't just powerful. Earth was changing what power meant in the galaxy. And this was only the beginning. The revolution began not with a bang, but with a whisper. In the Great Council chamber on Alpha Centauri, a small alien species called the Runners stood up against their Dominion masters for the first time in 1,000 years. "We reject Dominion rule," their leader announced. "Earth has shown us we don't have to be afraid anymore." What happened next changed the galaxy forever. Admiral Tom Wilson watched from his command ship as hundreds of species rose up against Dominion control. The plan that Earth had set in motion was working perfectly. "All support fleets in position?" he asked. Colonel Lisa Parker checked her tactical display. "Human ships are ready near every rebel world. The Dominion won't be able to stop this." Earth had planned this moment carefully. They hadn't just given other species courage. They had given them weapons. Human quantum technology had been shared with trusted allies, turning the Dominion's own ships against them. On 50 worlds at once, the revolution exploded into action. Dominion leaders found their mighty warships wouldn't respond. Their weapons turned against them. Their secret police became powerless. "The quantum virus is working," Dr. Anna White reported from Earth Command. "Every piece of Dominion technology is now under rebel control." But the Dominion had one last card to play. Their leaders gathered their remaining loyal forces for a final attack on the Council headquarters itself. "They're desperate," Parker observed, watching the enemy fleet approach Alpha Centauri, "just as we planned." Wilson nodded. "Launch Operation Freedom." A massive fleet appeared around the Council world, but it wasn't just human ships. Vessels from 30 different species flew together, united for the first time in galactic history. "This is Admiral Wilson of the Earth Fleet." His message went out to all ships. "Today, we fight together. Today, we end tyranny." The battle that followed was like nothing the galaxy had ever seen. Earth's advanced technology, combined with the unique abilities of other species, created an unstoppable force. Runner ships, faster than light itself, darted between enemy vessels. Crystal ships from the ring worlds absorbed energy attacks and fired them back. And human quantum weapons shut down any Dominion ship that got too close. In the Council chamber, Ambassador Mark Rogers watched as the old order crumbled. "Begin the evacuation," he ordered. "Get the civilian representatives to safety." The Dominion leaders tried to escape in their private ships, but Earth had planned for this too. Hidden quantum traps activated, freezing their vessels in space. Did they really think we wouldn't guard against their escape? Parker smiled as she directed capture teams to the trapped ships. "We've planned this for months." The revolution wasn't just military. Across the galaxy, oppressed species took control of their own worlds. The Dominion's careful web of control fell apart in hours. "Attention all Council species," Wilson's voice echoed across space. "The Dominion leadership is now in custody. Their fleet is defeated. You are free." In her lab on Earth, Dr. White monitored the quantum network that now connected friendly species. "The technology transfer is complete," she reported. "Our allies can now protect themselves." The final moments of the battle were not fought with weapons, but with words. In the Council chamber, representatives from hundreds of species voted to create a new government, one based on equality, not fear. "Earth doesn't want to rule," Rogers told the assembled aliens. "We want to help build something better, something that will last." As the old Council chamber erupted in cheers, Colonel Parker received a final report. "Sir, the last Dominion stronghold has surrendered. The revolution is complete." But Wilson knew this wasn't the end. "No," he said, looking at the celebrations on hundreds of worlds. "This is just the beginning. The real work starts now." The galaxy had changed in a single day. The dominion that had ruled for 1,000 years was gone. In its place, something new was being born. And humanity, the species that everyone had underestimated, was leading the way into a new age of peace and cooperation. The revolution was over. The future was just beginning. 1 year after the revolution, Earth had changed. Green parks now filled the spaces where alien bombs had fallen. New cities rose from the ruins, more beautiful than before. But the biggest changes weren't on Earth. They were among the stars. Admiral Tom Wilson stood at the window of the new Galactic Unity Station, watching ships from 100 different species fly past. Some of these aliens had been enemies just a year ago. Now they worked together. Admiral, Colonel Lisa Parker called from behind him. The first meeting of the new council is ready to begin. The new council chamber was different from the old one. Instead of rows of seats arranged by power and status, everyone sat in a circle as equals. Earth had insisted on this design. Before we begin, Wilson addressed the gathered representatives. Let's remember how we got here. The giant screens around the chamber lit up, showing images from the past year. The Dominion's attack on Earth, humanity's surprising counterattack, the revolution that freed the galaxy. Ambassador Mark Rogers stepped forward. 1 year ago, the Dominion thought Earth was weak. They thought we were primitive. They were wrong. In her lab on the station, Dr. Anna White activated a hologram showing the galaxy. Thousands of green dots appeared, representing freed worlds now connected by Earth's quantum network. Our technology has spread to every corner of space, she explained. But we didn't just give away weapons. We shared medical technology, clean energy, and faster-than-light travel. We helped build, not destroy. The former Dominion worlds had changed the most. With Earth's help, their people were free for the first time in centuries. Their old leaders now face trial for their crimes. But justice doesn't mean revenge. Parker reminded everyone, we're here to build a better future, not punish the past. That was Earth's greatest victory, not defeating the Dominion, but changing how the galaxy worked. The quantum technology that had won the war now connected worlds in peace. Today, we make it official, Wilson announced. The new Galactic Alliance begins now. Representatives from 500 species stood and cheered. Under the new alliance, every world had a voice. Every species had rights. Power came from cooperation, not fear. But there's one more thing you should know, Rogers said when the cheering stopped. Something we've kept secret until now. He nodded to Dr. White, who activated another hologram. This one showed Earth, but not as anyone knew it. It showed underground cities, hidden fleets, and secret technological advances going back centuries. We knew about aliens long before they found us, Wilson explained. A crashed ship in 1947 taught us we weren't alone. Instead of panicking, we prepared. Everything we built in secret. The aliens listened in amazement as Earth revealed its full story, how they had spotted the Dominion's scout ships decades ago, how they had hidden their real progress behind a fake space program, how they had planned for the day aliens would come. We didn't want war, Parker added, but we were ready for it. And when it came, we were ready to build peace afterward. Now Earth's hidden knowledge was helping rebuild the galaxy. Their quantum technology revolutionized space travel. Their medical advances saved lives on thousands of worlds. Their clean energy systems powered entire civilizations. The age of secrets is over, Wilson declared. Now we all work together, grow together, build together. As if to prove his words, a new ship appeared outside the station's windows. It was massive, beautiful, built by 20 different species working together. The first of the Alliance's peacekeeping vessels. This is our future, Rogers said, pointing to the ship. Not conquest, not fear, but cooperation. Not war, but peace. The chamber erupted in applause again. Even former enemies clapped together, united in hope for the future. In her seat, Colonel Parker smiled. They had not just won a war. They had changed the galaxy itself. Earth, the planet everyone had underestimated, had led the way to a better future. And this, Wilson said quietly, watching the celebrations, is just the beginning. The stars shined brighter that day, as if they too celebrated the start of a new age. An age of peace, of progress, of unity. Earth's retaliation had done more than stun the Galactic Council. It had transformed the galaxy forever. And the best was yet to come.